How y'all doing today? J.Tyler here to give you another chord guitar lesson. This is our 9th chord lesson. You know, we already went through so much. We went through the E minor. We went to the Asus. We went to the A minor. We went to E major. We did the D. We got D minor. We got the C chord. And now we'll be going over the G chord. That's right. At least I think, in my opinion, is the most popular chord. You know, just adding this G chord to your arsenal adds millions, adds thousands and thousands and thousands of songs you will be able to learn and play, and even come up with your own. So yeah, guys, remember, practice makes perfect. If for whatever reason you're making very little progress, don't feel discouraged, guys. You know, everyone starts off as a beginner, and 9 times out of 10, to get better when it comes to musical instruments, to get better, you have to learn to play bad before you can play good. And yeah, everything is just a work in progress. Alright guys, let's get right into it. Let's take a closer look. So this chord in particular, the G chord, it requires actually 4 fingers. That's right guys, we are moving on to a 4-finger chord. But there are different variations and substitutes if the 4-finger is a bit much for you at first. There are 3-finger versions of the chord, and I will also get into that, and I will also get into the most simplest chord transitions you can do with the G chord. You know, chords that contain some of the same notes as the G chord. You know, meant for better footholds and transition. Alright guys, let's get straight into it. Your G chord, your first finger will be the index, and it will be placed on your 2nd fret of the A string, like so. Boom, boom. See that? A string, 2nd fret. Your next finger will be your middle finger, and your middle finger will be placed on your low E string on the 3rd fret, like so. Boom, 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 boom. Want a better look? Boom. Alright, now that you got those 2 pressed down, now you will get your ring finger and place it on the B string of the 3rd fret. So it will be, that's a better angle. So it will be right here. See? Boom. Okay, now your pinky will go on the high E string of the 3rd fret. So you have 3 fingers in the 3rd fret and 1 finger on the 2nd fret. The pinky right here on the high E. Boom, boom, boom. So your shape should look like this. And just like all the other chords I show you, is according to E standard. Let's hope that your guitar is in E standard or at least close to it. If you're having trouble tuning your guitar, I do have a video to help you tune your guitar, though, to make things a little bit easier and to help you train your ears into hearing out if your guitar is in tune or not, I started out using the Fender tuning app. That's right guys, Team Fender. But yeah, and it helps me out a lot. You know, you just pluck a string and it'll hear the sound and let you know if you need to tune it higher or lower to reach the desired tuning. Alright, that's enough of that. Back into the G shape. So it's first finger on the A string 2nd fret, boom. Middle finger on the low E of the 3rd fret, boom. Ring finger on the B string of the 3rd fret, and pinky on the high E, 3rd fret. And it should sound like this. Now, let's just say you're having a little trouble keeping your 4 fingers pressed down on the strings. that's perfectly fine. You know, everyone, mostly everyone, I can't speak for everyone, but 9 times out of 10, when you first learn the chord, it's not going to ring out perfectly, and that's just fine. I will be showing you some substitutes, so check it out. If the fourth finger, for whatever reason, is a little bit much for you, there are 2 other ways you can do it with the 3 fingers. So first, your pointer finger is going to be the same shape for the first 2 fingers. Your index finger will be on the A string, 2nd fret. Middle finger on the low E, 3rd fret. Let's take your ring finger or pinky finger. It could be either or. I'm going to use my ring finger, and you place that on the B string of your 3rd fret. And it should sound like this. If you want to go for that brighter sound, you can also substitute it for this way. So you keep your index finger and your middle finger on the same strings in the same shape. Remove your ring finger, well, your 3rd finger. I don't know if you guys are using a pinky. Remove your 3rd finger and place it on the high E string. And it will create this sound. I think this version, this substitute for the 4th finger G chord sounds more like the 4th finger G chord in my opinion. This is with the finger on the B string instead. And I'm going to show you with the 4 fingers. I'm going to remove the the finger on the B string. You see? It sounds almost identical. I'm going to place that ring finger back on the B string. You can almost barely notice the difference. So, yeah, I think the finger on the high E string is more of a substitute for that 4th finger G chord. So that's your G chord shape. Practice that, you know, just continue practicing placing the shape of the G chord onto your strings, on and off, on and off, on and off. And that will help you develop your muscle memory to the point where you don't even have to think about what strings you are putting your fingers on. Now I will be showing you the chords that are most easy to transition into the G chord. So let's get that G chord shape. Boom, 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 the 4 finger one. Or whichever version. But just to, you know, just so you guys could see what I'm talking about, I'm gonna be doing the 4 finger. You don't have to do the 4 finger for this one. But notice the pointer finger is on the A string of the 2nd fret. That's one of the notes used to create the E minor shape. So watch this. Boom, 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 boom. So basically I'm keeping my pointer finger, my index finger, on the A string of the 2nd fret, and I remove all of the other fingers, like so, and just put the middle finger down on that D string in the 2nd fret to create the E minor shape. So watch this. Look how much of a smooth transition that is. And E minor and G chord, they typically go well together. You will hear those 2 chords being used together in plenty of songs. Okay, the next chord I want to show you that's pretty easy to transition from is the D chord. So you get that G chord shape, and this one works well with the 4 finger G chord as well as the substitute version with the 3rd finger on the B string of the 3rd fret, not the high E. This is perfect for transitioning to the D chord, because in the D chord, if you notice, your 3rd finger is on the B string of the 3rd fret. When applying the D chord, the 3rd finger on your D chord is on the 3rd fret of the B string. So you remove these 2 fingers, all fingers but your 3rd finger, which is the ring finger on the B string of the 3rd fret. And then you get your middle finger, put it on the high E of the 2nd fret, get your index finger and place it on the G string of the 2nd fret, and there you have your D chord. And then you remove those 2 fingers, your first 2 fingers that you applied to your 2nd fret, you bring them back to the G chord shape. If you guys want extra help transitioning from G chord to E minor or G chord to D chord, I will have chord transitioning exercises for those in particular as well. And you can find those in the chord transitioning exercise playlist. Alright? So yeah guys, that's your G chord. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope it was very informative, and I hope you reap the benefits of this tutorial lesson. Like I said, the G chord is used in thousands and thousands of songs. Altogether, we have all these different chords that we went through, and just those chords alone will allow you to play millions and millions and millions of songs. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. If you did, please drop me a like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment in the comment box below. I will get back to every single one of you, and to the best of my abilities, answer your questions. If you just wanted to give feedback, give thanks, that's perfectly fine too, and it's most appreciated. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to receive notifications on every tutorial I release and every other video. But yeah, until then guys, have a great time. Practice, 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 and most importantly, have fun. Have fun. Alright guys, until next time. If you guys have missed any other chord tutorials or wish to go back to certain chord tutorials to make your life easier so you don't have to go to my playlist and search for them, you can just simply go into the description box. I have the links for all the different chords, and yeah, be sure to check those out if you haven't already. Be sure to revisit those if you feel like you need some improvement. And I know you guys can do it. You guys can do anything you set your mind and heart to. Whenever you align your mind and heart to a particular task, regardless of how long it takes, doesn't matter, don't focus on that. It doesn't matter how long it takes. But whenever you synchronize your mind and heart to a specified task, to a specific task, you are solidifying yourself to success, as long as you keep at it. Alright guys, see ya.